What is the best way to stop procrastination? My name is Zexcellent, and I've started this Minecraft world to end my procrastination. Let me explain. This is one of the hardest challenges in Minecraft, true one block. This is the only block in this world, and if I mine it, it doesn't regenerate. But believe it or not, you can still get everything you could in a normal Minecraft world. This challenge sounded so cool, I wanted to try it, but I would never start. Procrastination stopped me. Let me tell you a story that sums up my procrastination habits quite well. My wife and I are at this family gathering, sitting beside a bonfire. The nephews are asking me to come and play football, but I tell them I'm not really feeling it because I overate or something. I like to think that I'm at least able to kind of fool the relatives into thinking that everything is okay. But it seems like my mother-in-law, she can tell it's just a facade. She can tell we're not okay. The past month was crazy. I lived the highest highs and the lowest lows in the span of like 3 weeks. You see, a long time ago, I saw a PewDiePie presentation about YouTube that made me realize you can make money with YouTube. But more than that, you can make this into a career. After seeing that video, a very original idea started to form in my brain. I want to become a YouTuber. I know, but imagine that I wanted to become a YouTuber for around 9 years at that point. 9 years of procrastination on this idea. Oh, okay. That totally didn't take 17 million tries. That was the year I hit rock bottom. I simply fell apart. I couldn't really figure out what content I wanted to make. I would have ideas, write scripts, shoot the footage, but never complete or release a video properly. I was playing online video games for 8 to 10 hours a day just to escape, just for cheap dopamine, but all that did was make me feel even more guilty for wasting my life away. One day in this rut, all of a sudden, the YouTube algorithm shows me a video by Leon Henriks. It was this crazy productivity challenge with his friends. No phone scrolling, no skipping tasks, basically no procrastination. Mess up and you pay money to something really stupid. I watched that video and I could feel exactly what Leon was going through. This was it. I hit up some of my friends and with one of them in particular, we attempted the challenge. We made the rules for ourselves. For me, it was get out of bed at 6, 10,000 steps each morning, train 5 days a week, no social media, no scrolling, have to do something productive each waking moment, but most importantly, I have to film, edit and release a video each week. And it was going well, really well. First week was done, finished strong, released 1 video. Second week, on track, 2 videos. Third week, grinding, 3 videos. It felt like I have unlocked some sort of a peak Super Saiyan productivity form. But then something happened, something that left me completely devastated. Or I should say some things. I don't really want to get into the specifics, but the gist is that there were multiple sudden economic shifts in our country. Thanks to those shifts, my wife starts losing clients in her business as a beauty therapist. Thanks to those shifts, I lose all my freelance work. In fact, the company I freelanced for never even paid me for the jobs I'd done during this period of shift. On top of all of this, it became clear that we will have to leave our apartment, our home, for 11 years. And I simply could not, for the life of me, get a flipping job for 2 years at that point. By all accounts, we are back to square one, as in our lives, with less than the equivalent of $500 to our name, by the way. Family gathering is at the end of the 4-week challenge. I never released a 4th video. As I said, I was procrastinating, sulking, playing games for dopamine and feeling lost. Like, which of our problems do I solve first? And how? My mother-in-law comes over and we start talking. Suddenly she mentions one of her sisters living in a different country and that, how maybe we should give her a call. I don't think much of it, but my wife understands. She calls her aunt to ask how she is. Eventually they talk about our situation. Her aunt almost immediately invites us to go and live with her for a couple of months, start things fresh. And my wife is like, no, that's not why I called. And that's way too much help. We wouldn't even be able to pay you. But she says, listen, when I moved here 18 years ago, I had a bunch of help from others. I know you've been wanting to move abroad since before COVID. I have a free room you can use. Just come. Forward 1 week and we are there checking things out. Forward another and we're packing everything together, getting ready to move. We have precious little time, so productivity is at an all-time high. Productivity as in packing hectically, selling or giving away stuff while moving our lives to a completely different place. The only things we can't pack are our hearts, but that is perhaps a story for another time. While we were living at home, we craved these new experiences. We really wanted to move abroad for at least 8 years by that point. But this was the first time we really did it. And it helped. It really helped. One by one, we are solving our problems. Now, we finally have those new experiences. And now our lives are slowly but surely getting put back together. And we are productive. Because we must be. However, when you must be productive, that won't last very long. And I had to learn that very soon. There are 2 takeaways from this story that I'd like to share, but before that, there's an interesting line of thought I want to explore. I'm not really sure where it's going to lead, but it is something I've been thinking about a lot lately. I remember when we still lived home, our apartment for 11 years, we had this noise in our heads. My wife and I, we've talked this over so many times, and it's way too complicated to tell exactly what this noise was. It was seeing the same streets, the same houses every day, seeing the same walls and the same outlook, especially during COVID, every day, watching the same people do the same stuff over and over every day, trying to do something different in an environment where you just can't talk to people about what you want to do because they just don't understand. They cannot fathom what it means to be an entrepreneur or a creator or a YouTuber. Believe me, I've tried many times. Is very frustrating. But once we moved, all that was gone. We had a clear road ahead of us. Not a road on which we could see very far, but we always knew what problem to solve next. Do the paperwork, get jobs, find a nice flat, rent it, get enough money to furnish it, get better jobs. It was like this Minecraft challenge. We could only really focus on one step at a time. How can you make the noise go away? By changing your mindset. And what is the most effective and well-documented way of changing your mindset, you ask? Changing your environment. Think of a city like New York, a bustling, always busy hub of like-minded people. Those who live in New York often say that they are on the New York grind. It's definitely not for everyone, but if you want that lifestyle, you can see that lifestyle all around you, no matter where you go. Or digital nomad places like big cities in Southeast Asia. If you are a digital nomad yourself, go into any busy coffee shop and all the people you see there who are sitting in front of laptops are very likely like-minded digital nomads. Of course, this doesn't mean that only these lifestyles can lead to happiness. That's not what I'm saying. Nothing wrong with wanting to live a countryside life, or maybe you want a job that's always the same, in which case it would make sense for you to surround yourself with those kinds of people and maybe move to a countryside location. I do not think that you have to move to another country. Maybe you just need to move to another city, maybe just a different part of the city. Maybe you just have to figure out how to change your immediate environment and connect with like-minded people to block the noise off. But if you do move, even if you move countries, it's not as scary as people make it up to be. Of course, we had help, but you too can reach out. Maybe you also have relatives in other countries, but even if not, most local communities of even minorities are very supportive in big cities, and you can reach out to them via Facebook groups usually. But enough of this line of thoughts. I don't know, I was debating just cutting this out from the video, for retention or whatever. But I think it's important to talk about this. I feel incredibly privileged to have been able to move countries. It really helped me with my noise levels, but I also wasn't afraid to reach out to the local community and offer my help to as many of my new now friends as possible. And I do believe you can also do the same. Moving to a new place is not easy. It never is, especially in the beginning. But hey, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Most people are not doing hard things. Most people are stuck in a rut, whether they realize it or not. Just something to think about. Anyway, if you want me to talk more about this, you can always let me know in the comments, because I really don't know. I feel like there is more to discuss here, but I'm not sure what that is. But one of the two things I wanted to talk about regarding my story on procrastination is overthinking. When we moved, the most curious thing have happened, as I was focusing on solving one problem at a time, as in finding a new job or a flat. Having reduction in brain fog in the noise, I finally started to see things clearly. I started seeing YouTube clearly. You see, as I mentioned, I've wanted to become a YouTuber since that PewDiePie presentation all those years ago. But my biggest problem was always the what. What exactly is the plan for YouTube? And it was never quite clear. I had, give or take, 10 previous channels, and goodness knows how many projects that are all abandoned now. But this time, as the brain fog lifted, everything became clear. All of a sudden, I realized exactly what kind of content I would want to do on YouTube and how to tell those stories in video. The problem was, I fell into one of my worst traits: overthinking. I'm a huge plan maker. I can and have made elaborate plans, from Lego builds when I was young to complete business ideas built out on paper. But you might say, hey, isn't this a good thing? Isn't this productive? Well, therein lies the worst offender of productivity. Procrastination disguised as productivity. I cannot start creating my YouTube content yet because that 14th video idea I have is not yet documented and outlined in my Notion system. I cannot start shooting the video because I don't have the exact shot list. I cannot release the video because I need to create 3 more and release them at the same time, and so one day, as it is, being productive, a video comes on my feed. It's a video by DuckDuck on content creation. It was, let's just say, the perfect kick in the bum. He talks about, well, a lot of things, but I've seen his video and I decided to just do exactly what he says to do. Just complete one piece of content, release it, then see if you can replicate that each week. So that's what I'm personally setting out to do. No more elaborate plans, no more overarching core strategy blueprints for 100 videos, no more overthinking. If you're in a rut right now with YouTube, or frankly, anything else, chances are you are overthinking. Consider this your kick in the bum. Stop overthinking, stop overplanning. Chances are you already have a plan, you're just not executing. If you don't have a plan, then go watch DuckDuck's video. I've seen it twice since. 9 out of 10, highly recommend. He could have eased up a little bit on the swearing, But if you do have a plan, and you should be executing it. You should be doing the thing, whether that's getting in shape or YouTube or finding a new job or whatever. Don't overthink. Put yourself in a situation where you can't overthink, just like I've done with Minecraft. You might be thinking, what does any of this have to do with Minecraft, and specifically Minecraft True 1 block? Let me share with you my third and final takeaway. This might sound strange at first, and probably would require more explanation, but I'm just gonna say it. Minecraft, in many aspects, is like life itself. That is a sentence that couldn't be further from the truth, if taken literally. But figuratively speaking, Minecraft, a sandbox game, is just like life. No one will tell you exactly how to play the game. No one will tell you what base to build or where to explore or just in general what to do. Therefore, what do you think happens to someone like me if I hypothetically started a hardcore world and hypothetically spent 1,000 days in it, starting, I don't know, about 15 main projects and releasing a grand total of, I don't know, about 0 YouTube videos on that? On the other hand, I always wanted to try Minecraft Skyblock. However, when I found this mod that actually gives you a singular block to start from, a single block that doesn't regenerate, but with the right tools and knowledge still allows you not only to beat the game, but to get every single block otherwise available in Minecraft, I was sold. This gives me an environment where I get to focus on just one step at a time. However, I know the truth. I know that complexity is just part of the game, both the game of Minecraft and of life. Whether we're talking about YouTube or getting in shape or moving to a new city or even a new country, there will be times when you will have to juggle 5-6 things at the same time. On the moving side, for my wife and I, things have calmed down to a reasonable extent for us to finally start this creative journey, for she's also starting her own YouTube channel. But the over-planning side of me would literally hold me captive for months if I didn't do this video right now. Because I know that down the line things will get complicated, both within this Minecraft world and without. So this is my warm-up to that, as well as this video, my first video on this channel, being my warm-up to whatever my YouTube journey has in store for me. For now, I know that I want to talk more on procrastination, as this video was nowhere near complete. So if you're interested in the next is excellent video, then consider subscribing, because remember, at the end of the day, subscribing is free, but imagine the clout you'll have if I actually make it big and you can say, yo, I was a subscriber of Zexcellent before most people even knew how to pronounce his name properly. Think about that.